The very last car that I drove before this lockdown was the 2020 Tata Harrier. You can go ahead and check out that review by clicking the link up top, or it might just show up in your suggestion feed anyway. If it did, go ahead and let us know in the comment section down below. But that's not all, of course, and we're going to cut straight to the chase. Here are 5 Tata cars that we are really excited about. Now, as much as I would have liked to give you exact launch date, the fact of the matter is that because of this pandemic, a lot of timelines have been completely thrown awry. So, I'm not going to give you any dates that Tata can't confirm themselves at this point, but of course, we do have an idea of the rough price range that these cars are going to fall into individually. The Harrier hasn't just been stretched out over here. I mean, yeah, the rear end has been elongated, but it's also been redesigned, and of course the SUV gets a name of its own. You've already heard about the Tata Gravitas, you may have even read about it or watched it in our coverage of the 2020 Auto Expo. In fact, you've even got a taster of what that SUV is going to be like to drive, because the 170 PS tune that we were expecting to debut in the Gravitas is now already available as standard in the Harrier. Aside from the altered styling, we are also expecting to see bigger 18-inch alloy wheels as compared to the 17s that you get in the Tata Harrier, some feature additions like an electronic parking brake, perhaps the same panoramic sunroof that we saw in the new Harrier, and most importantly, that third row of seats. Interestingly, we even saw captain seats on the model that was showcased at the Auto Expo, so even that is definitely something to look forward to. Much like they did with the Nexon EV, we are expecting Tata to carry the USPs of the Altroz into the Altroz EV. We're not expecting much by way of design changes, some blue highlights, changed grille design, maybe a new set of wheels, and of course EV specific badging. The talking point, of course, is the electric powertrain, but unfortunately the final specifications have not been declared as of now. But it is expected to have a range of between 250 and 300 kilometers with a 0 to 80% fast charge time of just about 1 hour. From the H2X at the Geneva Motor Show to the HBX at the 2020 Auto Expo, this concept car has seen quite the evolution in a short span. Now, this car continues the family look that we've seen in Tata's range of SUVs, and even though the car that was showcased at the Auto Expo was a concept, it's been confirmed that the final production car is not going to be much different. In fact, the concept itself is 90-95% production ready. We are expecting elements like a squared-off design for the AC vents, a part digital instrument cluster, and even a pop-out style infotainment system that of course will be a touchscreen. Now, the engine option it's supposed to share with the Tata Altroz, which is a 1.2-litre naturally aspirated 3-cylinder engine that makes about 90 PS, and at the moment a diesel does look unlikely. The Tata Peregrine is going to be Tata's latest sedan, and it shares its core DNA with the Tata Altroz. Now, this is not a sub-4 meter subcompact sedan like the Tata Tigor, but it is a Honda City and Hyundai Verna rival. Now, details about this car are super bleak, so can't really say much at this point, but if it looks anything like the Tata e-Vision concept, it is possibly going to be the sexiest mid-size sedan both on the inside and out. We are expecting the features list to have a lot in common with the Altroz and then some. For example, if it gets the same Harman touchscreen infotainment system, it will probably be paired with a more elaborate music system as compared to the one that the Altroz gets. Also, side and curtain airbags are likely, and given that it's based on a platform that's already got such a strong reputation for safety, that's just more good news. The Tata Blackbird is Tata's answer to the likes of the Kia Seltos as well as the new generation of the Hyundai Creta. Now, both these SUVs, the Seltos and the Creta, are technically already Harrier rivals, but they are significantly smaller than the Harrier. And you can even see that in their pricing, right? Because in their diesel iterations, the Seltos and the Creta start off closer to Rs 10 lakh, while the Tata Harrier, which is a diesel-only SUV at this point, starts off closer to Rs 14 lakh. In both questions, we're talking about the ex-showroom price. So that's a very big gap that the Tata Harrier just can't compete in. Also, before I move any further, just a quick reminder, it doesn't matter that your car or motorcycle, if they're not operational during this lockdown period, they still need to have valid insurance policies. So if you're looking to get one issued or even renewed, go ahead and check out the link up top. Now, we haven't seen or heard much about this SUV, not so much as a design sketch, so honestly we can't say much at this point. All we know is that it's going to be sandwiched between the Tata Nexon and the Tata Harrier, and we are hoping to see at the very least a design concept in the next year or year and a half. That's all from this video, and just remember, the stricter you are now, the quicker this lockdown ends.